Do not obey. Zombie talk. I've seen some fish you cannot explain.
What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's get into another video. Now, today in this video, our topic is basically about religious cults that are extremely dangerous for humanity. Now, I'm getting this off of storypick.com if you guys want to go check the check the source and read the article for yourself. Excuse the background noise. I'm outside, and let's roll. Now, this infamous church of Scientology was formed in 1953 by L. Ron Hubbard. Now, it says argumentatively it's one of the richest cults with high-profile members like sexy Tom Cruise here. It has remained controversial since its origin. This religious cult is based on the idea of clearing the human psyche of negative emotions and memories and bring out its full potential, with intense therapy sessions that often rely on the use of lie detectors. Claimed to be based on scientific research and facts, Scientology is known for its official litigations and murky ways of shutting up its critics and often allegedly killing them, rumor has it. Next, we have the Great old KKK. Now, with the beliefs rooted within white supremacy, the Ku Klux Klan is particularly a cult of Christianity, extremely violent in nature. Now, it also says they do not hesitate to go at lengths to establish their racist attitudes and torture towards Jews, blacks, and basically everybody of color that is none like them. And it also brings up a movie, if you guys have seen this before. If not, I'm going to put it on the screen. It's A Time to Kill. This is a really good movie, and it kind of shows a lot of what was happening and what people are going through and what we are still going through to this day. Now, this cult is called the Children of God. Now, it says that this severely twisted cult was founded by David Berg and also known as a Family International. It was devoted with pedophilia and sex, basically, to put it bluntly, okay? I'm not going to get into all of what it's saying. Now, the followers of the cult believed that sex with minors, children, was natural and right. Doesn't it remind you of some of the laws that these states are trying to pass, that love has no age, and if a grown man wants to be with a 12-year-old little girl or boy, it's okay? I think that they're following this cult, okay? Based on the belief that the apocalypse is coming, they were a Doomsday Cold. This cult uses flirty fishing, a form of, used to get sex, to get new members for it. So basically they go around, flirt with people, woo people, basically turn them out, okay? You ever heard the term of being turned out? Them people was turned out, honey, okay? Now, the children who were born as a result of the flirty gestures of the people, they called them Jesus babies. Whew, Lord. Now, Rose McGowan, the American actor, right here on the screen, escaped from this cult and revealed some of its brutality that she actually had to face later. It is rumored that the female members of this cult are also forced to go into prostitution and sex slavery. Now, my thing is, you're putting together pedophilia, allegedly, Jesus, okay, prostitution, and slavery. I see many things wrong with this cult. Now, this next cult is Realism. Now, I'm not saying that I would ever join a cult. I would never be in a cult, but I can kind of see where these guys are coming from, but I will not form myself into anything crazy like this just because I've seen things that I can't explain, and I do believe that ETs do exist, and I do believe most of our gods are ETs, and that we do come from them regardless if they're extraterrestrial or not. They're still powerful, right? So this is a UFO religious group. Now, they believe in the existence of extraterrestrials, entities, which are flying UFOs. Founded in 1974, they believe that life on Earth was created scientifically by extraterrestrials, okay, guys? And like the prophet Buddha, and they put in Jesus, and etc., were just Elohims. This means ETs. Like I said, Jesus can still be an alien, guys, and still be a god, okay? They're gods. That's just kind of what I believe. Now, realism strives for world peace, sharing, democracy, and nonviolence, and also has a very liberal attitude towards sex. Now, the founder of this cult was Claude Verhoeven, probably messed that up, but it's also known as Real. Now, Real reminds me of to me, a demonic god one of the demonic gods that I've studied. I've seen this name come up, and I've also seen this name come up in some of the falling angels that fell supposedly, from heaven. I believe that name was one of the ones on the list, along with Beelzebub and all the rest of them. Now it claims that Rael claims to be in touch with God. According to this cult, through mechanism like human cloning and mind transfer, humans can achieve eternal life. Now, this is something that I believe, honestly, that NASA and a lot of scientists have been working on way before 1974. Hitler was also working with the Pleiades or Pleiadons, or the blonde hair, blue eyes, that also came from the the Pleiades system. And a lot of this, what I just read to me, links to their beliefs and to what they were trying to do. So it just kind of makes you think. Not saying I will ever be into this, but I can kind of, they're not, to me, allegedly not lying here as far as who would be ETs, because I believe all these demigods or gods that we have heard of through Egypt and all of that were actually extraterrestrials, but I don't know. Now, this next cult is the Barbarian Illuminati. Now, they were founded back in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. Probably messed that up. Now, this one cult, it says this cult is one of the main Illuminati groups. Apparently, this cult was opposed to superstition, religious influence over public life, and abuse of state power. Yet they remain known as the world's biggest conspirators, okay? Allegedly, there are many big shots in this cult who control world affairs. I believe most of our government is in it, period. That's how they're able to be governors, presidents, and all of that. And I think it's also connected to the skull and bones. Just saying. By masterminding events and planting agents in the government and corporations in order to gain political power and influence to establish rules of new world orders. Think about allegedly what's going on now in New York. If you don't have something, you're not able to go into restaurants, gyms, basically public places. If you want to eat at a restaurant, you got to get takeout if you don't have a certain thing in your body, right? I'm just saying, New World Order. Now, this cult that I cannot pronounce, it is a Japanese Doomsday Cold. Now, this cult believes that an impending apocalypse was coming. Now, this cult was founded in 1984, a year after I was born. Through the belief system of this cult is based on elements of Indian Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism. Now, it claims that their main agenda is to get rid of sin. Now, the leader also claimed that he could transfer his followers' spiritual power and ultimately take away their sins and bad deeds. This cult was responsible for carrying out the deadly Tokyo subway attack back in 1995, which killed 12 and injured almost 1,000. And my thing is, to me, I'm never going to lean on man to take anything away from me or to give me anything spiritually. I believe it all comes from the main source above. If that's a digital computer, or which I believe the higher power, God, that's just my belief. That's who I'm going to go to. Okay? Now, this next cult is called the People's Temple. Now, the People's Temple of Disciples of Christ, now commonly known as the People's Temple, is a religious cult found by Jim Jones back in 1955 in Great Old America. Now, Jones was a twisted man, this is what it's saying, and he used the idea that the Bible was only written for white man's justification to dominate women and colored people. And you wonder why America is backwards. I'm just saying, I believe a lot of our government systems and regular people follow these cults, if not are in these cults or have some type of connection or ideology with these cults. I'm just saying. Now, he preached socialism, and it says he also had ability of fake faith healing. Okay, the People's Temple is truly a doomsday cult in nature, considering 918 people died at the People's Temple agriculture project in mass murder and suicide to reach divinity. Records also indicate that the most number of determined civilians' deaths in the U.S. before 9/11. So more people were killed back then than 9/11. And this is just a cycle to me, that a snake that eats its tail, and we're all wrapped up in this crap. The next cult we're going to be talking about is Heaven's Gate. Now, Heaven's Gate is another UFO religious doomsday cult. This was founded back in the 70s. Now, apparently the founders of this cult claimed that they had arrived on Earth in a UFO from another world. Now, I'm not trying to be funny, but I do believe people have met people from this planet. And if we're studying the alien species book that I have been, breaking down, a lot of these extraterrestrials have been proven to have came here, been here, and they're still coming here. Some are bad, some are good, right? Now, they also urge their members to shed every attachment to the planet to be eligible for another level, as the Earth was believed to be wiped clean in 1997. The bodies of 39 members of the cult were found by the police. Now, it says that they had committed mass suicide, believing that it would take them to an alien spaceship. I don't believe that we have to die to be abducted, and I sure in the hell don't believe we have to die to be picked up in a ship, period. If it's the government, extraterrestrials, interdimensional beings, or whatever, okay? Now, they had committed, like I said, a mass suicide, believing that it would take them up into the alien ship, and that was behind the comet Hale-Bopp, and which in turn would take them to another level. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hate to cut it a little short, but I got something crazy going on below me at my neighbors. God love them. But like I always say, guys, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace.